Hi guys, it's Jen again, and this is my video response for Bethany over at BACraftyGirl's channel. She had a card challenge going on, and her card was so cute. And at first I was really kind of stumped, and I didn't know what I wanted to do, and so what I did was I went to my stamp catalog, and I just started looking through and trying to figure out what kind of stamps I wanted to use. And the stamp that I decided would be super fun to use is this Unity stamp. It's an itty bitty, and you can see the image right there, and it says, "Through rain or shine, you'll always be mine." There's the actual size of them. I know, they're a good size. So that's from Unity, like I said. So I decided to use that, and when I realized I was doing the, raining image, I decided to use the back of this paper. This is from the Hello Spring. They're little theme packs from Echo Park, and this is what the rain pattern looks like. So it's nice and subtle, so it was a good idea to stamp on it. So I cut a slightly smaller than 4-inch square of that, and I stamped the image on there. I then decided I wanted to paper piece the umbrella. So what I did for that was I stamped it onto a sheet from this My Mind's Eye Quite Contrary 6x6 stack. And I used this one. I used this yellow polka dot right here. And so I did that, and what I did to kind of make it pop was I did a couple things. I used this Sakura glaze pen in yellow to add, let's see if I can show, yeah, you can see how it kind of shines right in the middle and on the edges there. And the other thing that I did is I wanted it to have some dimension, so you can kind of see a shadow around it. And I took my pumice stone distress ink and I put some on, I just tapped it onto a stamp block, and I used my Stampin' Up! Blender pen, and I went in around and I added shadows. And I really think, even from far away, it kind of gives it depth, so they're sort of, you can tell they're behind it, because obviously if it was an umbrella it would be coming, rounded at you. So you needed to have an image in a square, and you needed to have your words in a square. So what I did to put my image in a square is I then cut a piece of this Lawn Fawn Bright Side paper with a cool chevron, and I cut out a rectangle, and I just drew it and cut it out. I didn't bother getting anything fancy out, and I popped that up. So there's some depth there too. And you can't really tell in the video, and most people probably can't even tell in quote-unquote real life, but along the edges, to give it some extra depth, I took my Vintage Photo Distress marker, the brush end, and I just ran it along the edges so that it would kind of pop. And I used another little tiny piece of the front side of that Hello Spring paper, a little piece of one of the cards, to stamp my sentiment on, and I just outlined it with a black marker. And so that's basically it for the front. Oh, and to cover the front, the whole front of the card behind that, I used this piece of paper, which I believe is from the giant K & Company stack, the 500 paper piece one. It's a very thin piece, but it was a good texture to add there. So I have the image in the square and the words in the square like we needed to. Oh, and my card is 4x4 because that's what size Bethany's was, and it didn't have to be that size, but I never really made a little card like that, so I thought it would be a fun extra challenge to myself, and it turns out I love it. On the inside, this is where I kind of, I didn't break the rules. I think I followed her challenge. I mean, that's up to her, obviously. She's the judge, but I kind of adapted it to work with what I had. So you needed to have like a square with your words on the inside. You needed to have an image coming down this way, and you needed to have a strip of paper going across. So what I did is I took that chevron Lawn Fawn paper, and I used one of my punches, just the scalloped punch that most of us have, and I made a piece that went all the way along. I used more of that raindrop paper, and I used this stamp set from Recollections. That is, it's called It's My Party, and I used this umbrella right here. It's a super cute set, by the way, if you haven't seen it. And I then paper pieced those with those same papers, and I used the same shiny yellow pen to do the handles here and the little tops on each one. So I stamped those on there and paper pieced all 3 of those. So that's my vertical image. I didn't have one image that would fit there, so I just used multiple of the same image. And then instead of just plain square, I did do a little fishtail, and that's that same paper that's in the very background here. And this stamp, You Are My Sunshine, is from Fillable Frames 3 from Paper Tray Ink, which is a super cute set also. And so that's my card. So that's the front, and that is the inside. And it was so much fun to make this, and I make a lot of cards, and I make a lot of cards, you know, for people who ask me to, and so, something on the back. That's always fun, but it was different to do it for a challenge and have some rules and kind of really see what I had and make it work for me. So thanks for that, Bethany. It was super fun, and I had a great time, and I'm really excited about this card because now I want to kind of make more like it. So thanks for the inspiration. I hope everybody's having a great day, and I'll be back with more videos soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.